This is weird. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's going to be a little different. I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that went on this winter and what I'm going to do about it. Working on making some food, so maybe I'll show a little bit of that. So yeah, what happened this winter? So yeah, this winter I tried out some anti-anxiety medication. It worked very well, but a little too well. So it basically got rid of all anxiety and all like drive I have, which is unusual for me. Yeah, all winter didn't really have any like drive to do anything, and then also it sort of caused me to gain weight. Some of it from like inactivity, and I didn't have anxiety about what I ate, so I ended up gaining like 30 pounds over the winter. So yeah, I've been working on that. So for the last like 20 days or so, I've been doing intermittent fasting. I do try to do 48-hour fast, but I usually make it about 24. Yeah, I didn't want to just start documenting my fasting. I wanted to make sure that I was actually gonna stick with it. What am I doing? So yeah, I've been doing pretty well the last 20 days. So this week I'm gonna eat today and then try to make it 3 days, and I'm hoping that I could maybe get to 5 days, but I'm gonna aim for 3. I think that's more realistic, and then we'll see how I'm doing after 3. So I figured I'd show you what I'm gonna eat today before the fast. Like, I guess we'll check in each day just to let you know how it's going. Yeah, let's make some food. So for today, I'm gonna eat some blueberries. I have watermelon, or half a watermelon. Got chicken thighs. I'm gonna make in the air fryer. Just a little glass of wine. So chicken thighs, I'm gonna bread them, but I'm gonna use potato starch. A little less carbs than like a breading, but it does pretty well in the air fryer. I'm gonna put that together, put it in the air fryer. So it'll give me some protein, and then I have some fiber and some carbs from the fruit without anything too processed. So all right, so this will be difficult with one hand, but I'll try. So this is Red Mill potato starch. I first found it in the grocery store, but then I had trouble finding it, so I ended up ordering it on Amazon. So it doesn't take too much. It's probably like 2/3 of a cup, if that. So I got potato starch, and then some. This is tough with one hand. All right, and then some garlic powder. So for this, a little bit goes a long way. For the potato starch, because it's just like a thin coating. So add some pepper. The first time I did this, I did like a peppered chicken wing. And I just modified it I like it just fine on the chicken breast as well. So I got that, and then some salt. I'm making chicken wings. If you want them really crispy, you put the breading on it, and then I put them on like a drying rack type thing, and let the sort of liquid from the chicken go into the breading. For this, I just kind of modified it so that I don't do that step. It seems to turn out all right. Probably not quite as good, but there's a lot more chicken here than in a chicken wing, so I don't think it's as effective either way. So for these, these are just bone-in chicken thighs. So when I'm working with chicken, I try to keep like a clean hand and one that's working with the chicken. It was very hard because I'm already down a hand holding the phone, so I'm gonna wash my hands really quick so I can get the air fryer bin over here closer. So just give me 1 second. Let's give this a try. So kind of get spreading on here, and any place that's got liquid, it's pretty simple. When I used to make this for chicken wings, I'd use way too much potato starch and have a lot of extra, so then you can't reuse it or anything because it's got chicken in it, so I'd rather be short. Looks like what I'll do, I could probably get 3 or 4 in here. I'm gonna do 2 batches. The reason I'm doing 2 batches is with the air fryer, I don't want them on top of each other so that the air can get to it. So, all right, so I'm gonna set this down again and wash my hand, and then we'll put it in the air fryer, and then I'll prepare these other 2. Okay, so I'm gonna put it into the air fryer, and push the temperature up to 400. Then the time, I'm gonna do 20 minutes. It might take, actually I'll do 15 and then do 2 rounds. So cook it for the first round and then shake it up and make sure it's gets another round, so then it gets nice and crisp. So let's do that. All right, so that started. So yeah, this winter I took this one medication. Worked well. It definitely helped with some anxiety I was going through. But in turn, got rid of, like any anxiety. I felt kind of just numb, and then made it hard to stay motivated for basically anything, like work or projects I want to work on. So it worked well, and this was a minimum dose, so that worked really well for that, but I feel like the trade-off wasn't worth the benefit in this case, at least for me. So I weaned myself off of that. The medication, you can't just go off cold turkey. So I stepped down off of it, and even afterwards, it took a while before I felt my normal self. So yeah, since then, I've been able to work on my health and the house, and work is going way better. So and then also the things that are causing me anxiety aren't as prevalent right now. Things are still there, but not to the level that I felt I needed help. So I'll just keep that in check. So if I need help again, I'll see if there's something else I can try. But for now, I want to try to undo the damage that I did get from it, specifically like losing weight and getting projects done. So I've been fasting off and on and picking up my activity level for the last 20 days. And in that time, I've lost about 10 pounds. I set a deadline just to give me a goal, not for any specific reason. So I set it for July 4th. As of today, there's 22 days until July 4th. So I'm going to try to see what I can accomplish in that time. I think realistically, maybe 10 pounds I can do in 22 days safely. And I'd like to just sort of kick off these next few days with a good fast. Back at the beginning of the pandemic, I started doing, I think it was like 70-hour fasts. That worked really well for me. I lost a lot of weight. I'm very happy. I'll probably flash a picture of one of the pictures I'm happy with stuff. So hoping to get back there and then some. So yeah, I don't think I'll do that by the 4th, but what I'll do is, try to see what I can get to by the 4th, and then set a new deadline and aim for that. So I've seen through research that people do better with a deadline. They found that people that set like a New Year's resolution and give a deadline for their resolution are far more likely to accomplish the resolution than people that just say, this year I'm going to do this without an end date. They're far more likely to not do it. Setting a deadline is not guaranteed, obviously, but it helps. So for me, it works well. If it's I'm pretty bad if there's no parameters or guides or anything. I don't do good if I have like unlimited time or unknown time. So when I was trying before I started really seriously fasting, I'd fast for like a day, and then 2 weeks later I hadn't done anything else. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I also started, hopefully the food air fryer is not too annoying. I also started jogging. So with all the extra weight I have on me, I don't think it's probably going to be good for my knees. So I figured I'd stop, do these next 3 to 5 day fast, see where I'm at. I'd like to get maybe another 10 pounds off before I try again. In the meantime, I can ride a bike and rollerblade. That should be low impact, and get my cardio up. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. I thought it might be interesting just to see how it goes. So I'll check in each day, just sort of see where things are going. I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't make it. I'll just keep trying. Okay, so we're about 5 minutes left. I'm going to pull it out, put some hot sauce on it. Let's see how it's doing. That's looking better. There, some hot sauce. Here we have the finished chicken. It's all cooked, ready to go. Unfortunately, I ate the watermelon, now I'm very full. So I'm just gonna keep this away for, hopefully it'll last in the fridge for a couple days. But yeah, that's the chicken. It turns out really nice and crispy. So there you have it. So I'll let you know how the fasting goes. Today's the start of day 2. Yesterday, around 24 hours, started getting pretty hungry because that's usually around when I eat. So I did end up eating a little bit. I had a couple pepperonis. How do you say that? That sounds stupid. Had some pepperoni, beef jerky, and some zero sugar peanut butter cup Atkins things. So probably broke my fast some, but I'm just gonna keep going. So it's now it's 1 o'clock on day 3. Still doing okay. I did have some more slices of pepperoni yesterday when I got really hungry. But today, so far so good. Let me check how many hours I have left. So it looks like I got 9 hours left until the end of my fast. Right now I'm feeling good, so I might try to go until Thursday, tomorrow. But we'll see. It's easier in the mornings and afternoons, so let's see how it goes. And I'll check in either end of today or tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Or I'll see you at the end of the fast. Hey, so we're now at like 68 hours and 52 minutes ish. I'm gonna break my fast. Alright, so here's some of the things I'm gonna have. I'm gonna finally have this chicken. I'm gonna reheat it in the air fryer. And then I'm gonna have some, I got a couple carrots left here and some in here. So some carrots and hummus. And then I have a bag salad that needs to get eaten. So I'm gonna have that. So chicken, salad, and some. I'm not gonna get all this, obviously. So yeah, that's the end of my fast. Just checked on the scale, and it looks like I've lost 7 pounds since Sunday. But you know, a lot of that's gonna be water weight and stuff like that. So I'll bounce up probably a couple pounds tomorrow after eating. But yeah, I'm gonna eat today and tomorrow and then start another fast. I don't know how long it'll be. Maybe just a day, maybe a couple days. Probably just a day because I think I have stuff going on Sunday. So yeah, that's how my fast went. And any questions, I'm happy to answer. This is just something I'm doing for myself, and it works for me. I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. It's very hard, even for me. Like, I'll go through times where it works well for me, and then I'll try over and over and over again, and it won't work. I won't be able to sustain the fast or anything, so it's hit or miss for me even. But in the times where I can do it, it works very well so far. So yeah, it helps me because if I know I'm not eating at all, I can't, you know, eat extra from what I was planning to, things like that. So if I don't eat at all, it's a lot easier to kind of make sure I keep the portions and everything in control. And then also I find if I'm limiting what I eat, there'll be times once I start eating, I can't stop. So with fasting, at least that stops that from happening until the day you stop. And then if I do something that's long, like a 3-day or a 2-day, then I can't eat enough to go past what I've, you know, like the calorie deficit that I've had over the 2 days. So for me, it works. I definitely don't recommend it for everyone. And if you're thinking about doing it, do a lot of research. It can be dangerous with water and salt and electrolyte levels and energy levels. So it's, for me, I'm pretty protected because I have a lot of weight to lose. So I'm not going into like something where my body's really lacking for fuel because I have a lot stored up. So yeah, that's what works for me. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Here's my meal for today. This is the chicken I made 3 days ago. I reheated it in the air fryer. And this is my salad. That should be most of what I eat. I realized I didn't really talk about how today went with the fast. So yeah, by the 3rd day, I was feeling fine. I didn't really have much for hunger. Even now, I'm not hungry, but I have noticed that, you know, if I go to stand up, it's a little bit more effort. So I am getting a little bit weaker. So I don't want to push it. So I'm gonna eat today. One thing that I think helps is I try to keep the carb levels low before and after the fast, so that I think that helps with evening out blood sugar, so that I think some of the like hunger pains and lightheadedness and stuff is actually like my insulin levels or things like that fluctuating. That it goes more. I think it gets more of a rapid change in levels if I've, you know, eaten a bunch of carbs before and kind of really spiked everything up, and then go without carbs and everything drops dramatically. And then if your body's used to spikes in carbs and stuff like that, I think it also will make you feel kind of more lightheaded because it's maybe producing more insulin than it needs to in anticipation for carbs coming in. So I think that helps. Because even when I get hungry, it's not, I don't usually feel lightheaded or anything. And actually with my work, I do feel like it helps with concentration and my thinking slightly. So yeah, in general, I found it okay. There's definitely times, especially yesterday, that I just really wanted to eat and was ready to give up. I even did some mental math to say like, well, I only ate really watermelon at the beginning, so that was kind of like I didn't even eat that day because my calorie levels are pretty low. But I wanted to try to keep it, try to keep to what my plan was. So yeah, that's it. Ready? Ready?